Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review Boneworks VR, a game on the Steam Store, released December 10th, 2019 by Stress Level Zero, available for every headset tested on the Oculus Rift and Windows Mixed Reality, the Samsung Odyssey. Now, out of those two headsets, I must say that I did prefer playing this on the Oculus Rift, just because the touch controllers played with the game much nicer than the Windows Mixed Reality motion controllers. It took me approximately 13 hours to finish the game, so this was a full playthrough. I tried looking for every nook and cranny, every little secret I could find. I did buy this on launch day, paid full price, $30, and this is my VR Game of the Year 2019. However, I'm only giving it an 8 out of 10. I know I'm a tough scorer. Very rare that I give a game higher than an 8. And this game has too many flaws for me to give it a higher rating. And in some sense, there is a better game in 2019 than Boneworks. A game that I would probably give a higher score, but I would have to play it more. And that would be No Man's Sky VR, even though I know it's a game that's been out there for a while, but as far as the VR, it was brought to Steam in 2019, and that would normally have been my VR Game of the Year, but Boneworks just brought so many things to the table, just pushed the medium forward, and I just can't overlook that as a reviewer. Is the game perfect? No. Is it a breakthrough? Yes. And that's why it's my VR Game of the Year. The story is not the best, and the combat and the puzzles aren't either, but just the amazing physics in this game is really what pushes the medium forward. There's things you can do in this game that I didn't think were possible in 2019 in VR, and it's absolutely possible. This is like playing Super Mario Brothers for the very first time, and you just played it and you're like, wow, I can't believe you can do this in gaming. And when I played Boneworks, that's how I felt. I was like, wow, I can't believe you can do this in VR. And I'm excited to see the future, to see all the games this game is going to inspire, and all the amazing games. And obviously the first thing that comes to mind is Half-Life Alyx. And I don't think that Half-Life Alyx would be half as good if it wasn't for Boneworks VR and really pushing the medium forward, really pushing what's possible in VR forward. But yeah, this game does have problems. Okay, so one of the problems, and you'll see this towards the end of my video, and I show this, where I climb up all the way on the wall ladder, get all the way to the top, and then just fall down because of the way the physics work. So the physics are amazing, and this is how I like to phrase it. The physics are the best of times. The physics are the worst of times. So, yeah, most of the time the physics are amazing in this game, but there are some side effects that make gameplay a little frustrating. That includes simple stuff like using an assault rifle with a stock and seeing it bump and crash against your body because it won't lay on your shoulder properly for you to properly shoot an assault rifle. So it ends up that even though this game does have great physics and the shooting is actually pretty good, you really only experience that with the pistols. The pistols in this game are amazing, and for the most part I tried to use pistols whenever I could in this game, and just the shooting with the pistols is amazing. I can't say the same thing about the assault rifles. The assault rifles were frustrating to use, especially on Windows Mixed Reality. Those things fell out of my hands so many times when I was using Windows Mixed Reality. Definitely much better with the Oculus Rift touch controllers, but it was still frustrating no matter what, just because of the way the stock crashes against your shoulder, against your body, against your face. And same thing with climbing. So I'm climbing here, and for the most part it works, but then your body crashes against the surface, and you can see just going up here just doesn't feel exactly right. The way that you push yourself up it took me a little while to get used to it. Even now, it's not something that I can do 100% of the time. More times than not, I can climb and push myself up, but it just doesn't always work. And just because of the funky physics, the way a certain body part of yours, whether it's a leg, whether it's shoulder, whether it's your face, just crash unexpectedly against the surface and just push you away from the wall, make you fall, and it really is frustrating. And when you see the end of my video, I cannot tell you how frustrated I was when I fell down from the giant wall ladder. You'll see the wall ladder is absolutely huge. There is a lot of climbing involved. I don't know whose idea that was. That was not a good idea. And the shooting, like I said, it's so amazing, so wonderful with the pistols. It's okay with the SMGs as well. Just depends on which SMG you use. And as long as you have the laser on the assault rifle, it's not too bad, even though the two-handed grip is not the best. But if you're trying to aim down sights with the assault rifle, good luck. It just takes too long, and enemies will be all around you, and you'll probably die while trying to properly use the assault rifle, when you can just get a pistol and just quickly kill them, quickly headshot them, because headshots are just so easy with the pistol. It really is my preferred weapon. That's what I recommend you play this with. And the checkpoints for me were okay. So I see a lot of complaints on the forums about checkpoints. I had absolutely no problem with that, because once you clear an area, it's pretty easy to get to where you were. Some of the checkpoints were bad, like this one, for example. You get into this fist fight, and then you have to climb all over again if you lose this fist fight. So don't lose the fist fight. It's actually pretty easy, but I did something that I don't know why I died. I basically grabbed him by the head and was pounding on him, and I thought that was a sure way to beat him, but instead I died. I still have no idea why. I didn't see how he was hitting me. And if you see the replay, you'll see that I seem to have got him in a really bad position. And I should have been the one winning, because basically I had him by one hand and I was just wailing on him with the other. But instead it's me who died, and I had to climb all over again. So you see here I got him, and I'm basically wailing on him. But for whatever reason I'm dying. I have no idea why. I didn't even see the punches that he might have thrown. But anyways, this is how you do it. This is the easy way. Just run in and run out, and boom, he's dead. It is fun, and there are some creative, super epic moments in this game. Unfortunately, I didn't do the video capture of all those epic moments, so forgive me for that. But there are several epic moments in this game. One of them included where there's this giant moving cogwheel, and there's a handle that you can grab onto, and then you just go on the other far side of the platform holding onto this, and it's super amazing. And there's another moment where you're going like down a slide and you're going fast and you end up like down in the sewer. That was pretty epic. And there's just so many wonderful, great moments in this game. But for every great moment or two, there is a couple of frustrating moments. And some of the environmental puzzles I just found very frustrating. Anytime I had to move an object from point A to point B, that was usually very frustrating, something I did not want to do. There's this one where you have several big canisters that you should have to move into an area so they can float and move the platform up. Now, you don't have to do this. There is a cheat to get around this, but I believe that's how the developers intended for you to clear this portion, and that's how I did it. But you just had to move each one of them. There was like, I want to say 15 of them at least. So it took a lot of time. There was a lot of moving object from point A to point B. And I don't know why the developers decided you need to move so many of those barrels. It just doesn't make any sense. Same thing with this wall ladder here that, okay, I can understand climbing a ladder to get up, but why did it have to be so long? And this was a big climb. And I get to the very top, and again, a funky physics issue happened where it lost grip of both my hands and at the same time pushed me away from the ladder, so I couldn't re-grab. And yeah, I had to climb again. And guess what? I fell a second time. It took me 3 tries to get all the way to the top. By the third try, I was being very conservative. As you can see here, I'm being very aggressive. I'm climbing several rungs higher, trying to go as fast as possible. And on my last attempt, I was just very conservative, very cautious, making sure I didn't bump into anything. And several times I lost grip, but I was able to re-grip because I was ready for it. But it shouldn't be like that. This is not fun. This is not good game design. This is bad game design. But again, all in all, I love this game. I had great epic moments, and the physics are mind-blowing. The stuff that you can do in this game with its crowbar and opening up new areas is just amazing. And that's why it's my VR game of the year, although I only gave it an 8 out of 10. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.